my name is Rodney, and thank you for checking out my first video into the world of D&D. I've been playing D&D for about 3.5-ish years now, and I've been both DM and player. I enjoy building characters that are powerful and fun. I like to optimize, what can I say? Plus, sharing these ideas with people can get to bring about creativity. I get to learn what others' thoughts are and get better insights into building my own characters. So if you like the build and you want to see more like it, please consider hitting the subscribe button. And with that, let's jump into the build. As you can see, I've named it Sir Helps a Lot, which if you saw the thumbnail, which I'm assuming is the reason you clicked on the video, this is indeed an oddball build to say the least. This build is designed to use the quote-unquote help action up to 4 times a round. Now help is in quotes because one of those times isn't exactly help, but it operates mostly the same. Now I went through a few iterations of this before I solidified on this variant. I'll explain there's another main route you could try as well later on. Before I really jump into it though, let's go over what the help action entails. Help. You can lend your aid to another creature in the completion of a task. When you take the help action, the creature you aid gains advantage on the next ability check it makes to perform the task you are helping with, provided that it makes the check before the start of your next turn. Alternatively, you can aid a friendly creature in attacking a creature within 5 feet of you. You feint, distract the target, or in some other way team up to make your ally's attack more effective. If your ally attacks the target before your next turn, the first attack roll is made with advantage. So, usually, the help action isn't used too often except in the case of a familiar, at least from what I've seen. We're going to be using a familiar later on, but that's not going to be our primary focus. To start off with, the race I've chosen is going to be Custom Lineage. Now I know Mordenkainen's Monsters of the Multiverse is coming out very soon. They're going to have the Hobgoblin that can bonus action help, which is great. I like it, but there's just 2 issues I'm finding with that. One, it's not out just yet. This is May 10th. I think it comes out May 16th. And the other is I kind of want a feat at level 1. So we're going Custom Lineage here. For size, I'm going medium. Ability score increase is going to be Wisdom. The feat is going to be Resilient Constitution. I hear con saves are pretty good on a caster. Trait, Dark Vision, Languages, Draconic, but you know, pick your favorite here. For abilities, we're going to be going Point Buy, Strength at 8, Dexterity 14, Con 15, this is going to go up to a 16 from our feat. Intelligence and Charisma both at 10, Wisdom is set to 14 with a total of 16 from our starting features. Now for class, as you see here, we're going to go Peace Domain Cleric. Now I know not every table accepts the Peace Domain, but this kind of fits for our build what we want to do. Because we really want that Emboldening Bond feature. Emboldening Bond. You can forge an empowering bond among people who are at peace with one another. As an action, you can choose a number of willing creatures within 30 feet of you. This can include yourself, equal to your proficiency bonus. You create a magical bond among them for 10 minutes or until you use this feature again. While any bonded creature is within 30 feet of another, the creature can roll a d4 and add the number rolled to an attack roll, an ability check, or a saving throw it makes. Each creature can add the d4 no more than once per turn. Now I want to interject something here. Once per turn, that could be, you know, in a crazy situation, you're up against 2, 3 enemies. You make your attack, or the ally you gave, they boldly give a d4 to their attack. Then they have to make, against the 3 enemies, 3 different saving throws on those enemies' turns. They get to add that d4 on those enemies' turns because it is once per turn, not once per round. Kind of important. Niche, but important nonetheless. You can use this feature a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus, and you regain all expended uses when you finish a long rest. I'm kind of liking this, and eventually, like I said, we're going to be getting half plate and a shield for an AC of 19. But from here, what we're going to do is take Rogue. I'm sure a lot of you already had this idea and saw this coming, but the whole reason is we're going to take Rogue to level 3. Because what we need from here is the roguish archetype, and what we need is Mastermind. The reason for this is Master of Tactics. Starting at level 3, you can use the help action as a bonus action. Additionally, when you use the help action to aid an ally in attacking a creature, the target of that attack can be within 30 feet of you, rather than within the normal 5 feet of you if the target can see or hear you. Excuse me. Now, notice it doesn't take away our action help. Keep that in mind. So for proficiencies, we'll just go Perception, Expertise, Insight, and Perception. Pick what you want. This is just what I'm grabbing real quick. Gaming, we'll go Dice Set, Talk, Elvish, and Primordial. Why not? And we're kind of done with Rogue here. I also do select all the optional class features. May not always use them, but since Sasha's came out, having access to them is nice. And from here, I did say we're going to go find Familiar. We're going to go Druid. We're going to go 2 levels into that. And I'll pause for a second. I know not every table allows half plate or metal armor on a Druid. Now you could, reflavor it, say it's chitin, or your table just may not even allow that different types of armor. I don't know. For mine, my table's fine with the Druid wearing metal armor. It says with the Sage Advice that the Druids just won't, basically. They can't, but they still have the ability to. There's no mechanical stopping. It's just basically taboo to do it. For me and my tables, we allow the Druids to have metal armor. It's to us not a super big deal of it. Your table may change, but that is what it is. Now, if we wanted to stop here, we could. And the build would basically be all online. So what we can do, but let me back up a second. What we're going to do is we're going to take this to level 10, like I said. So what happens when you do your first video, you get the first video jitters, right? The circle we're going to pick is Circle of the Shepherd. The reason for that is the Spirit Totem. Starting at 2nd level, you can call forth nature spirits to influence the world around you. As a bonus action, you can magically summon an incorporeal spirit to a point you can see within 60 feet of you. The spirit creates an aura in a 30-foot radius around that point. It counts as neither a creature nor an object, though it has the spectral appearance of the creature it represents. As a bonus action, you can move the spirit up to 60 feet to a point you can see. The spirit persists for 1 minute or until you're incapacitated. Once you use this feature, you can't use it again until you finish a short or long rest. Now the spirit we're going to pick here is the one that not too many people I've seen take, and that's going to be the Hawk Spirit. The Hawk Spirit is a consummate hunter, aiding you and your allies with its keen sight. When a creature makes an attack roll against a target in the spirit's aura, you can use your reaction to grant advantage to that attack roll. In addition, you and your allies have advantage on wisdom, perception checks while in the aura. Now the important thing here is you can use your reaction to grant advantage to an attack roll. So that's kind of our 4th instance of help. Well, I guess 3rd. The 4th is going to be this. Wild Companion. You gain the ability to summon a spirit that consumes an animal form. As an action, you can expend a use of your wild shape feature to cast the Find Familiar spell without material components. When you cast the spell in this way, the familiar is a fae instead of a beast, and the familiar disappears after a number of hours equal to half your druid level. Now for this build, we're not taking druid past level 2. So that means that familiar is only going to be around for about an hour at a time. Thankfully they reset on a short rest because you're just burning your wild shape slots for it. Now the main one that we're going to be picking is probably going to be Owl for the flyby feature. So how that would work is, let's say you could do action help, bonus action help, reaction help if you have your totem out, and familiar action help since they roll their own initiative and it doesn't require any action to control them, just they take their turn on their initiative count. Now the spells we're going to pick here is going to be Mold Earth, and Thorn Whip. And for our spells, we're going to Absorb Elements, Entangle, Fog Cloud in case you need Heavy Obscurement, Good Berry, and we'll go with Thunder Wave. You know, pick what you want, but that's just what we'll grab for now. From here, we're going to take Cleric all the way up to level 5. We go over to our class features, our ASI, we're going to go with Wisdom. And then for our spells, we're going to add Mending, which apparently I already did. And then we're going to go down for Lesser Restoration. Where are you? Dispel Magic. Revivify. Spirit Guardians. And I'm missing one. What was my other one here? Or a Vitality. Just in case you need some emergency healing. And that basically is kind of wrapped up the character. I mean, we'll go to our equipment. As you see, I've already grabbed the equipment to normal, and I added half plate to it. So this is going to put our AC to a 19. We have a good assortment of spells here. 83 hit points. Con saves, Wisdom save, Charisma. Dex is kind of low, but if you have your Bond and Bless up, which most of the time you're going to be concentrating on Bless, but you have Spirit Guardians and Thorn Whip just in case you need to get into the fray of things. But you're hoping with all the aspect of how you're helping allies, they'll be the ones doing the attacking, not so much you. Now the other thing is your Great Weapon Master fighters, barbarians, what have you, and your sharpshooter, rangers, rogues, all that, they're going to love you for this because you're giving them advantage. And they don't have to do anything for it. The other nice little ribbon effect here, I guess, is we have a plus 12 on our insight, plus 12 on perception, a 22 passive perception. Not too many things are going to be sneaking up on you. You're pretty good. I mean, as a druid and cleric, you can change out your spells, so anything you want to change out to the level, you're going to have. You're going to be good. About stealth is about the only real issue here, disadvantage. Now, I know I said that there's another option that you can do, and the other option I was toying around with is leaving Peace Cleric at level 1 and taking Shepherd Druid up to level 5. Well, 6, I guess. And the reason for that is grabbing Conjure Animals, which the animals themselves could do the help action. I think it'd be kind of cute to have a Velociraptor trying to sit on your ally's shoulder and doing the help action by kind of mildly scratching, distracting the enemy. And if I saw a Velociraptor on someone's shoulder like a parrot, I'd be kind of distracted too. But I don't think that would be the best use of Conjure Animals, and most EMs kind of frown on Conjure Animals, I've found. But to those that do allow it, I want to say thank you. Just for this build, I decided not to go with it. I decided to go with a Peace Cleric instead. If you want to go the other route, have fun. That's what D&D is all about, is having fun and seeing what crazy shenanigans we can get up with. And the reason I even built this was, like I said, I haven't seen too many things of the Helper build, and I've had some friends where they want to play a support, but they don't want to have to rely too much on attacks or even healing. And if they could find a way to help their allies without having to say do that, I thought it was an interesting challenge. So there you have it, our 1 to 10 Helper build. Did you like it? Hate it? Want to see more of it and take it to 20? Please let me know in the comments. And if you have a cool idea for a build you'd like to see made as optimal as possible, please let me know that too. thank you for tuning in and going on this journey with me. This is my first video for D&D, and I'm sure it comes across in my voice. I'm a little nervousy, but hopefully that should get worked out as more videos come out down the line. And I'm hoping to eventually try to get a face cam and see what I can do with that. Probably shortly, one build that I'm going to be working on and trying to put a video out for is mostly a monk that can deal upwards of its first turn in combat about 155 points of damage. Yes, you heard that. A monk doing 155 points of damage. And ironically, it will not be through the Great Weapon Master or Sharpshooter feat. I know, it's crazy. But if you're interested in that, let me know in the comments. It's been a fun thought experiment to get there. So, yeah, thank you for tuning in. Enjoy your day, and see you guys next time. Bye.